Today is 875th day that I'm here to lessons on learning. I'm learning. I hope this will support your dreams. Your goals allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today I'll speak about one of the most interesting and most fun topics, and that is, how do you know that you're on the right path? How do you know that you're taking steps that are really adding value to your life rather than taking it away? I think there's a lot of things that we can do, but today I will focus on 10 things that I truly believe is essential, foundational things that you really need to answer yourself. Are you on a good path? Are you on a great path? Because a lot of times we understand that being on a great path is not that easy, because a lot of times we give up great path for good path. And sometimes we need to give up good path to get a great path. So knowing are you on a great path requires you really a lot of reflection, because at some point you are on a great path, but it's some paths require you to pivot, because straight is not the right path. Sometimes you need to move to the right or to the left or around to get to the right path. So today we'll focus on things that we really need to answer to make sure that we are on the right path. So number one is really have the clarity on the goals. Because if you do not have clarity and you're not clear about your goals, it's very hard to understand if you're on the right path. Because if you do not have a goal, any path will lead anywhere. So that means if you aim to nothing, you will hit nothing. Exactly the same with goals. If you do not have clarity which goal you're pursuing, it doesn't matter which path you take. So only when you have the clarity what kind of goals you want to achieve, then you can say, okay, what kind of path will allow me to achieve this goal and pursue this path? Because only when you have a goal, you're able to ask, is this action, is this path leading to my goal? Number two is reflection on values. This is probably one of the key important things. It really is very, very important to understand what is my values, what I really care about, what are non-negotiables for my life. So what I believe in, what kind of things I could tolerate and what is I could not tolerate. Because we need to understand that our values is one of the things that is our compass. Our values are our compass. And what are true north for us? Because when you have those, I care about significance, I care about my health, I care about my family. For me, those are the key values, for me specifically. And of course, there's a lot of different values are getting into those, like leadership and all, but all those are just leading to the most important values. So knowing your foundational values, on which ones you build the hierarchy of other values. Because if you don't have the strong foundational values, it's very hard to build something other meaningful. Because when you have strong values, it's much easier to choose which path to take. Because some values will not align with some values will not align with your paths, or some paths will not align with your values, and you will be able to say, oh, I have 5 paths to choose. This one doesn't align with my values. This doesn't align with my values. This doesn't align with my goals. It will be very easy to choose which path will align with everything that you're looking for. Number 3 is feedback loop. That means that you need to reflect with mentors, people that you aspire to be, love friends, who have the same vision, your colleagues potentially who has the same vision, because we need to be careful what you share your vision with, because people who do not have the same vision will potentially discourage you. So we need to be very, very careful. But when we really have provided like very good insights what you're trying to achieve to trustworthy people, they will be able to give you a feedback, what they think, what is your perspective, what your chance. Now, again, feedback loop could be with yourself as well. If you're taking one path and you realize that maybe this doesn't lead to where I want to go, you can have a feedback. How did you came up with the decision to go that path? And learn the paths, how you make decisions, adjust. So next time when you have that decision, which path to go, you will be much, much better to making that decision. Number 4 is progress tracking. Progress tracking. That means that we need to understand, are we on the same path, or maybe we are jumping from path to other path, and we stay in the same location because we never really move in one path whatsoever. So when you're able to track the progress and see that, do I have any progress whatsoever? Maybe I'm trying to climb too high of the mountain, and maybe I need to go just a little bit around to get a little bit better path, that it could not be too steep. Because there is a lot of mountains that's too steep. We do not have the right resources and energy to pursue them. And maybe we just a little bit adjusting, maybe we need a little bit more resources, maybe we need just some adjustments and find another route to the same destination. Because sometimes the destination is great and that's what we're supposed to pursue. But sometimes we just need to adjust the path. And tracking the progress and being able to see that we are progressing, that will allow you to say, okay, I'm on a good path, or that's not the path whatsoever. Number 5 is intuition or gut feeling. Gut feeling is still very important. Intuition is important. Now, emotions regulation is very important when you pursue something meaningful. Now, it's not that you feeling that you are disappointed or discouraged that you don't get enough results. That is not the reason to quit. But if you feel that there's something off here, there's something you don't know, that you're not able to figure out what is wrong here, it might be that it's your soul is telling you that maybe you need to jump on something other path. Because I have experience that I tried very hard because I'm very resilient and I'm trying very hard to pursue something. But when I finally gave up and pursued something that I really, truly care about, it just exploded. The energy that I had from doing something else, it was just tremendous. And sometimes it's just your body is telling you that this is not for you. You don't get energized. Your energy is drained by pursuing this. And then you're able to realize that it's like, might be that the gut feeling tells you that this is not your path. And you're able to really pay attention to that and choose a different path. Number 6 is adaptability. Now, adaptability is part of, again, knowing that this is a goal. But being able to adapt in different paths, because it might be that if you have a mountain has 360 degrees. So that means you're able to be adaptable and choose which direction you will go and what kind of resources you will need to have to get there. And when you're very adaptable, you're able to choose the best path to get to your goal, to your vision. Because at the end of the day, vision is the most important part. So vision is non-negotiable, but path is always negotiable. The path is always adjustable and adaptable. So we always need to learn how to remain flexible all the time. So the vision stays solid, but us and being able how to achieve it and path could be flexible, very, very flexible. Number 7 is sense of fulfillment. This is very, very important. I think that we always need to say that when we're taking action, when we're moving this path, we have sense on contentment, fulfillment, and joy, bliss. It might be very, very hard. But when you are super hard, extraordinarily tired, emotionally, physically, in any way tired, but when you come back and you go to sleep, you know that you did everything you can, and you fall asleep with massive fulfillment. That's when you know that you're on the right path. I know that sometimes I'm super, super tired. I'm barely moving, and I have no minds left. But I know that I did my best, and that is one of the best fulfillments ever. When you know that you did your best. How often you can say that you did your best? How do you feel then? I truly believe that you feel massive fulfillment. But of course, that massive fulfillment comes when you know that you did your best on the right path. You know that this makes your small steps forward, to really help you to get closer to your massive vision. Number 8 is long-term perspective. Long-term perspective. So that means that we always need to evaluate our actions in the context of long-term vision. How those actions on a daily basis we do, how our effort contributes to that long-term perspective. Who you want to be. That is one of the best questions. Who you want to become in 20 years, 30 years, 5 years, 50 years. Like, we need to determine what kind of person you want to become in a long-term perspective. Because when you see your actions, what you do on a daily basis, and I can say that, is this effort allowing me to become the person I'm looking for to become? Because I love this saying that you attract your goals, not achieve. So, and you attract your goals by becoming the person who can attract the goal that you want. So it means you don't achieve goal, you attract. So that means you need to become very attractive for that achievement. Number 9 is learning and growth. Learning and growth. So it means that sometimes some paths are too difficult for you right now. It might be very, very difficult with the skills, resources that you have. It might be that it's too difficult. And it might be that for a short period of time, you will need to choose different path because of that. But when you learn, grow, improve, you get more resources, more skillful, more knowledge, more experiences, more wisdom, and all those fields accumulate. At some point, you will be able to go to much, much, much more difficult path, much more difficult way of doing, much more hard actions to take. But because you grew a lot, you improved yourself, now you're able to do that. So don't be discouraged if you are not able to take a path that you want at the moment, because just you don't have the skills yet, you don't have the knowledge yet. So choose a little bit less difficult path until you have. Because this is very, very important, that you do not have skill set yet. You don't have the knowledge yet. And that yet is very, very important. Or until. I will be on this path until I'll get this taken care of. So being on a different path just for a short period of time until you're able to move it is a great path. Because if you not able to move at all in the path that you are in now, it will not help. So at least moving another path towards the path that you're looking for. And number 10 is very, very important as well. Celebrate milestones. Being able to celebrate even the smallest milestones is very essential. I truly believe that like when you celebrate small wins, it's a massive energy boost. It's a massive energy boost. Even the smallest things, I truly believe that we need to celebrate small achievements down the road. Because when you recognize that there is a progress, it will be boosting confidence, reinforcing that you are moving to the right direction. And when you have those milestones and you're really moving in the path that you want, you really say that, okay, those milestones is meaningful enough for me to stay on this path. Because sometimes people quit on their path because they don't see their milestones. They're not able to see the backwards. It's like, oh, look how much I went. So they look just how far they need to go and they forget how far they went. Because when you are in a 40 miles run, people who are at 20 miles, like let's say that is 20 miles run. So at 10 miles, people say, oh, I still have 10 miles to go. And they potentially want to quit, but they forget that they already made 10 miles. So you're halfway. And of course, because you know that you're halfway, it gives you permission to move forward and achieve those next 10 miles. So when I think about really being on the right path, I think this is very essential topic that it needs to be reflected on a consistent basis, monthly, on a yearly, of course, yearly, monthly, weekly, maybe sometimes even daily. Are you doing the actions today that will lead to the best results in the future, will allow me to become the best version of me in the future? And when you say, yes, this is the best path. Yes, this is the best path today. Yes, will allow me to achieve the vision that I want. Because at the end of the day, like, some days you can be worse, some days you could be better, but at the same time, you need to have direction that you are moving towards that. So I hope that you reflect as well on your path. Are you on the right path? If you need, you will make adjustments. If you say that, yeah, I'm on the right path, maybe you'll double down. But at the same time, having that clarity will allow you to double down. So I hope you choose to win and see you tomorrow.